here once again, aka the 4-foot runner. This is my first official shoe review. Today I'm gonna give a review on more like 2.5 shoes because as you can see, these shoes are pretty much gone and they're not even on the market, I don't think, anymore. Some of the categories I'm gonna hit when I do a shoe review is style, so how they look, durability, how long they last, how many miles I can get out of them before I start to hurt, just because the shoe's breaking in, how I don't want it to break in, and starting to complement my bad form. The third category I will hit is comfort. How comfy are they? The fourth category I'll hit is how they affect your running, how they feel on your feet, and what they make your legs want to do. I got these puppies off my shelf because, well, these were my first running shoes that I ever ran in, and I like to give them credit for some of what I am now. As you can see, they're very worn out, and I don't even know what they're called anymore. But this is where I started, and I'd like to start my first shoe review with the first pair of running shoes I ever ran in, right? So first actual shoe review for today is going to be the Nike Flex Contact. So when I first started running in these, I just got them because I liked how they felt, and I liked walking around in them. I didn't think I was gonna run in these at all because I had a nice pair of Brooks, like they were $130, a pair of custom orthotics, and well, I didn't make it a month and a half into the season without being injured. I just hated running in those shoes, and I hated running in custom orthotics, so I threw both out. I sold my shoes for like $55 to a friend, and I started running in these puppies because I just liked how they felt better. I wanted to land more on my forefoot because heel striking simply hurt my knees, it hurt my hips. I had some Achilles disasters, and these felt okay to run in. They weren't my favorite, and so just looking through the shoe, the upper is nice. It's kind of a knit. It's still in stores now, but so the knit is still kind of old, but as you can see, it's very flexible. The bottom is very nice, and but rocks do get lodged in here once in a while. So the rocks can be a bit of an issue, but overall, the durability on the shoe has been pretty good. I mean, I've had them for a few years, and I still wear them almost every day because now I just use them as a everyday shoe. Just walk around in them, no socks, just slip into them. So the durability on these shoes is pretty good. They're pretty comfortable, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend them as a running shoe. The heel is raised about 8 millimeters, so it has a what's called an 8 millimeter drop from heel to toe. So that helps promote a heel strike, which isn't the best thing in the world. And the foam itself doesn't give much energy return, and it's not the most comfortable thing to run in. The next pair of shoes that I'm going to review today are shoes I actually wore this last track season because I was still getting into the 4-foot running. I was starting to get over some of my calf issues. And so these shoes are the Nike Free Motion RN flyknit. That's Nike for you. They have long names, and well, I liked these shoes. They're pretty good. The same issue with the bottom, except a whole lot worse. As you can see, they're very flexible because of these grooves. But because of these grooves, a lot of rocks can get stuck in here. As you can see, there's a nice little big rock in there. And so after every run, I'd have to get like a pencil or something or a nail and just flip out all the rocks before I ran in them again because they started to get annoying and heavy. So that's one dislike I had on the shoe, but the upper was amazing. These shoes had straps on them with a Velcro spot right here, but I simply didn't like how they looked once I got done running in them. But the upper feels really soft. It feels amazing, and it keeps your foot nice and fit. It fits nice around your foot, especially when you have the straps locked down on your foot. One of the problems with the upper is the lockdown though. When you're doing a lateral motion and you don't keep going forward and you try to take a turn, your foot will slide around. And that's a little bit of an issue I have in these. So going to the gym and doing lateral push-offs or something just doesn't really work in these shoes. They don't work well for sprints either. But one thing I really liked about this shoe and that caught my eye was simply the flexibility and the idea that it feels more barefoot. I got into barefoot running more, when I started wearing these shoes because I just liked how it felt. It felt good on my joints, it felt good on my muscles, and it helped a lot. The durability on these shoes are pretty good. I'd say 400, 500 miles running in these shoes and probably close to 100 just walking around town in these. And so the durability, as you can see, there's not too much wear on these, and they're holding up all right. And the cushion is pretty stiff, so it doesn't break down too much. And I'd say that the style is pretty good. I love how they look, especially since I took off the straps, and I can wear them with about anything. I would recommend these shoes. They're still on the market. They're still nice shoes, and if you're getting into forefoot running, I would definitely recommend a more supportive shoe like this compared to some of the other shoes I wear now to help you transition into the form, because if you heel strike in these shoes, you're not going to feel it much. But if you heel strike in Ultra Vanishes or some other Ultra shoes that I like to run in, you will feel it. So I like these shoes as a transition shoe. There's a little arch support, so when your feet aren't quite as strong, these are nice, and they still give you the feel of running barefoot. So overall, these are a good pair of shoes. The price is a bit high for these shoes. I think it's down to about $80 or $90 now. I'd have to check on that. But when I got them, they were $120. So that is a steep price, but I thought they were well worth it until I got some shin splints just because of the heel drop. I think it's 10 millimeters on the shoe, which can give you a bit of a ramp to run on. So if you're not used to running forefoot, you can get shin splints sort of when you're wearing a pair of shoes like this. So I would recommend these shoes if you're getting into forefoot running, but not if you're already into forefoot running. But if you're wearing a pair of Brooks or Saucony or Asics, these shoes are a great transition shoe. And that's about all for today, guys. If you like this shoe review, like and thumbs up. Give me a nice subscribe if you would like to. Support my channel, share it. There's going to be plenty more reviews after this one, and I'd just like to get this channel rolling. And if you have any tips on how I can improve it or any questions, comment below and I will try to answer those. I will keep up with you guys and see you next time.